This your boy Atlantic City. Now this time I'm not taking a look at a predator that was featured on To Catch a Predator. This time I'm talking about my real experience with a real online predator. Let me take you back where it all began. December 2002, Christmas Day. I got MSN Web TV for Christmas that year. Now, anybody who's ever been unfortunate enough to use Web TV, you know how severely limited it was. And for those who don't, you couldn't do much of anything on that shit but send emails. Like, you could view websites, but a lot of times this shit wouldn't even work right, and you couldn't do much on that shit. Web TV was a cool concept that was executed poorly, but this isn't about Web TV. So, the homepage of MSN Web TV would always have chat at the top of the tab list, if you will. Top of the page, top of the homepage. So, I clicks chat one day, and there's a room on the main page called Movies. I said, hey, I like movies. Went on in there. Now, fast forward about 2 years later. I'm only like 12, 13 at the time. No, I would have been at least 13 at that point. So 13, 14. Well, I start talking to a guy named Mr. Fats. We talk about, and if you were familiar with MSN chat, private messages were called whispers. So me and Mr. Fats, we would whisper. Private message. And we would talk about music. He liked rap. I liked rap. I don't really remember what we fucking talked about like that. But I remember we talked about movies. We talked about music. Can't remember specific conversations or anything like that. But we talked about shit like that. We talked... Not a whole lot. I mean, we talked, not a whole lot, but I mean, we talked a good bit, okay, a good bit. Talked about a lot of random shit. Never anything sexual. Never. Little 13-year-old me or 14-year-old me is thinking, hey, this guy's cool. Well, I'm talking to the guy and whatnot. And he's never came across as a weirdo. And he knew how old I was. But at some point, Mr. Fats stopped coming in the chat room. And that was my friend. I was bothered. I didn't know what to do. Where did my friend go? I don't see him anymore. He's not here. So I forget about him. About 2 months later, I'd say. Come to find out, Mr. Fats was arrested and charged as a sex offender for trying to meet an underage child on the internet. A boy, apparently. Now, I was really bothered by this. This guy that I've been talking to, and I thought we were cool, man. I thought we were bros. Turns out he was a fucking pedophile. Turns out he was a fucking predator. But that's not what really got to me. What really got to me was the fact that this guy knew how old I was. We had many a conversation, and he never once tried to hit on me. He never once tried to fuck me. Do you know how that makes me feel? Do you? He had the perfect opportunity, and he just passed on it. So yeah, that's a real story. None of that shit was made up. I was really talking to a guy that ended up being a predator, who ended up getting arrested for trying to fuck an underage boy from the internet. That underage boy could have been me. It wasn't. I'm glad it wasn't. But it would have been nice if he would have at least tried to fuck me. I mean, what an asshole. Doesn't he know I have feelings? Now, I don't know what happened to Mr. Fats. I don't know what he's up to these days. There's no telling. But yeah, real shit. Real guy. Mr. Fats. I don't know if he's finally gotten out of jail. I don't know what's up with the guy. But I hope he deals with his problems. I hope he can overcome them. And if he can't, well, whatever. Apparently, I'm not young enough for him anymore. But this was your boy, Atlantic City. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here.